that's I enjoyed band more than I enjoyed school. And oh, what the hell year was it? I think I was a sophomore, and one of the tuba sousaphone players wanted to go out for football. And Peshek, he was our band director, told him nothing doing. He said, I need you for, we used to do formations, you know, on halftime. He said, no, he said, you're not joining the football. He said, I need you in the band. Well, what's the name? He fired him and he quit. So there went this sousaphone player, tuba player. So he called me in the office. Zay called me, but he called me by their last name. You gotta do me a favor. I said, what's this now? So I want you to start playing sousaphone. Oh, I said, I don't know, I gotta think about that, because this lad that was playing it, that he was gonna be kicked out of the band. Well, his dad was my dad's boss at UPCO. So that was a sticky situation. So I came home and told my dad, and he said, let's go over and talk to Mr. McLeod. So we went over and told him the whole story, and the tuba player's dad said, well, I have no bitch with you. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. He said, my complaint is with him, the band director, not with me. So that's how I got to play sousaphone. Okay. Well, because I knew how to play that, we got involved in, I don't know if you know what a clown band is. It's like a little 5-piece band. They play at parades and stuff. And that's what I did up till about 2 years ago. Yeah. So that's my musical business there. And then of course I played the piano over there, because I always took piano lessons when I was a kid. Then I graduated from that to organ. And there's this historical church up Calumet. It's called St. Anne's Church. It's there, you know, if you know where it is. Well, they got a pipe organ up there. So in the summers I go there one day a week and play organ. Well, I was supposed to after school. That's what it was. Yeah. And I said, no, I said, see, we were going to go down to the cottage in Bootjack, doing a boat ride and stuff, you know. And I told her, I says, oh no, I says, I can't. I said, we got to go down and see my aunt. She's in the hospital. We're leaving on after I get out of school. Oh, I'm sorry. She said, well, you can go ahead, you know. So Billy jumped out of school. Well, the next day, this teacher I had, her brother used to work with my grandfather in a machine shop for C&H up here in the mining company. And she happened to bump into him on 5th Street in Calumet. And she says, I see Mondo and Al and Billy are gone to Detroit to see Lucille. What do you mean? Yeah, she said he left Friday night. He said, not that I know of. He said he was just up the house last night. So that's how I got caught. Well, even when I was in high school, when I was a freshman, I used to work for UPCO. That's the power company. In the summers, they used to have us doing like washing all the street globes and digging holes for poles and things like that. And I always wanted to be a Greyhound bus driver. That was my goal in life. Well, I went in the military for 6 months in reserves, Army reserves up here. You got to take 6 months active duty, and then you were stuck with the Monday night drills for 7.5 years. Okay, it was an 8-year program. And anyway, I was in Leonard Wood, and my dad called, because he worked for UPCO, and he said the boss asked me, and asked my dad, if Billy would be interested in taking a full-time job in the meter department at the power company. Because before I left, I had asked him, there was supposed to be a guy retiring. I knew he was going to retire. I didn't know when, but sometime when I was gone, and I said, if he ever retires, I'd like to get a chance to get that job. So I right away, instead of writing him, I called. I said, yeah. I said, this was in '60 now. I said, yeah, I'll take the meter reading job. So, I got back here 2 months or a month and a half after that, didn't call, and that's what I started doing, was working in the meter department, and that's what I did all my life until I retired in the year 2002. You had to have enough points and age you could get your pension, okay? So I retired from there, and I was, how old was I? 56, I guess, years old, okay? And I was still pretty good shape, and I had a CDL because I was in the fire department, Oregon Fire Department. And in order to drive a truck, you had a CDL. That's you know what that is,
Yeah.
a special license. So Calumet Township, Paul Leto, he's the supervisor. He said, "You want to work spring cleanup?" I said, "Yeah, what the hell, something to do, you know."
Yeah.
We'd go around pick up leaves and rakings that people clean their yards. And he said, "You got a CDL?" I said, "Yeah, good." He said, "You can drive the truck too." So I worked there that summer, and then fall time came, and they had 2 regular employees there at the township. And one of them was having heart problems. He was getting chest pains and that. We were out working one day, we were pulling some trees, we had sawed down some trees and we were throwing them in the chipper. And he started getting chest pains, and he said, "Oh hell," he said, "bring me home." He said, "I don't know what's wrong." So I brought him home. And the following Monday, he came into work in the office at 8 o'clock when we started, took his keys, he put them on the desk. He says, "Paul," he said, "I'm all done." He said, "I can't work no more." He said, "I got health problems." So Paul said, Mr. Otto said, "Okay." He said, "Well, that's fine." So he looked at me, he said, "Billy, would you like to have his job?" He was part-time, you know, just in the summers. "Well, yeah." I said, "What the hell?" So I took that job, and I liked it. We cleaned the parks and cut grass and ball fields, and what the hell ever there was projects, put roofs on, all those buildings down there needed roofs, we did roofing, and it was all outside work, you know. And I had figured I wanted to work till I was 65 then, because you could get more when you retired in those days. If you retired at 65, you would get more than 62, see. Well, it was September, it was Labor Day, and I was up on that back roof up here when you first came in the
Yeah.
steps, putting on a flashing up there. And I decided to go up and paint it so the ice would slide better. And I got on the ladder, and the ladder slipped, and I went down, and I fell. I hit the porch, and I went right on the ground. And the guy next door, the neighbor next door, he was a fireman with me. He come running out, he said, "Christ, don't move." He said, your bone is sticking right out of into the ground. You should see his leg. See how the terrible,
Yeah.
the graft came afterwards?
Yeah.
So they took me up to the hospital up here, and I had a broken collarbone, wrist, and leg. And Dr. Carroll was the bone doctor, I call him, whatever he got a name from. He told Betty, my wife, said, "Well, I got his wrist fixed up, I got his shoulder," but he said, "I don't know that leg." He said, "I don't know." He said, I can't even tackle that." He said, "I think he's gonna lose it." But he said, "We'll send you to Duluth." So I went to Duluth, St. Mary's Hospital, and I was there for almost 2 months. And they monkeyed around, and they ended up putting a plate from there down. And I'm walking. So naturally, in the meantime, while I thought I was my township boss coming, he said, "What the hell am I gonna do?" I was down there in the hospital, and his other worker got thrown in jail because he was out driving drunk, and they caught him. He said, "I got nobody to work." Well, make a long story short, he found somebody else. So I finally got out of the deal down there and hobbled around, and maybe about a year or 2 later, the village in the Calumet, in the wintertime, they all snow with a dump truck, you know.
Yeah.
You see them do
Yeah.
that. And of course, I knew the guys down there, and I like to drive truck. I still had the CDL, I kept it anyway. So that's what I've been doing ever since, and I even did it last year, I'm gonna do it this year. Not bad up here. We didn't have to worry about, well, going to school when they were, before, when they, the smaller grades, we used to drive them all the time, but then, see, I lived down on First Street, this is Third, but two down is First, and the school's straight up from there. The Common, Washington School, so it's just walk, they'd walk up and back. And unless it was rainy or if it was crappy snow or something, we'd drive them. But they did have buses, but in order to be able to ride a bus, there was a boundary. It was like way in the last streets of Loriem, and you had to live there in order to be able to ride the bus. Considered town, they considered that